Greetings, welcome to Facts About Everything. I'm your host, James Egan. How old would you say the religion Wicca is? When I say Wicca, most people think of like a witch-like religion that's centuries or millennia old. Wicca was created in 1954. That means your grandparents are older than the entire history of Wicca. It was created by Gerald Garner less than 70 years ago. And that is the first of 25 misconceptions about religion. Let's dive in. You still might be processing the first misconception thinking, hold on now, Wicca is definitely older than 60, 70 years. I mean, there are those guys with the hoods and the robes and the incantations and the totems and... No, that's Druids. Well, not really, because we know a lot about the ancient Druids. We know next to nothing about Druidism. Although Druids are often depicted in stories as an ancient religion that believe in sacrifices, spells, and incantations, we have no evidence of their beliefs because they left no historical records. We only know they existed because the Romans and Greeks mentioned them several times in their records. The idea that Druids were into magic comes from Neo-Druidism, a Welsh sect in 1792. It was formed by Edward Williams, who called himself Ilo Morganwg, probably because it sounded more Druidy, but it's clear he made the religion up for money and copied all its beliefs from other religions. Satanists worship Satan. No, they don't. It even says that on Wikipedia. The Church of Satanism was created in 1966 by a lion tamer called Anton LaVey. According to LaVey, Satanists are atheists and don't believe in Satan. Now, if you're skeptical, you might say, wait, hold on, you're telling me that Satanism was created by a lion-taming carny? Satanism must have existed for centuries, and all LaVey has done is repurposed it recently. If you think that, that's totally understandable. That's a very good skeptical view. But that's the thing. Sociologist James R. Lewis stated, LaVey was directly responsible for the genesis of Satanism as a serious religion as opposed to a purely literary movement. There is no documents that show a mainstream Church of Satan prior to LaVey. Satan was chosen as their symbol or mascot to represent nonconformity with Abrahamic religions, which LaVey saw as irrational. Satanists believe in being kind to those who deserve it, not judging others based on their race, gender, or sexuality, avoiding conformity or pretentiousness, and above all, don't be an idiot. That's not a joke. Stupidity is literally the cardinal rule of Satanism. The number of the beast is 666. That is a mistranslation. The number is 616. This was corrected shortly after the Bible was written, but the idea has lingered on, probably because 666 has a better ring to it. And despite what you may believe, the beast in the Bible isn't a person. It is literally a beast. It's a huge monster with 10 horns, 7 heads, and 10 crowns. There's also a false prophet mentioned in the book of Revelation, who some Christians believe is the Antichrist or the beast, but it is the beast that bears the number 616. Also, some people call it the Book of Revelations, but it's Book of Revelation. There's no S at the end. The beast in the Bible is the Antichrist. Okay, this is the part where you think I'm going to say, oh, the Antichrist is actually never mentioned in the Bible, but it is 4 times. But the Antichrist is not the son of Satan or a person destined to create Armageddon. It is any person who doesn't believe in Christ's divinity, which means technically any atheist is an Antichrist. Don't believe me? Let's look at the Bible. 2 John 1:7 reads, many deceivers who do not acknowledge Jesus Christ as coming in the flesh have gone out into the world. Any such person is the deceiver and the Antichrist. Saying you're an Antichrist is like saying you are anti-war. It means you do not believe in Christ's divinity. It doesn't mean you're the spawn of Satan. Hell is ruled by the devil. The Bible never suggests that Satan rules hell. That idea comes from Paradise Lost. When God banishes Lucifer, it is described in 2 Peter 2:4 as, God did not spare the angels when they sinned, but sent them to hell, putting them into chains of darkness to be held for judgment. So according to the Bible, Satan is not the king of hell, he's a prisoner. The devil is described in the Bible as a horned red beast with hooved feet, a spiked tail, and a scepter. This image was taken from the Greco-Roman satyr Pan. Pan looks similar to a goat because of his hooves, horns, and tail. He also has a trident, which was a symbol of power, not evil. Pan has inspired many other non-evil characters. Not only is Peter Pan named after him, but they both play a wind instrument. Mr. Tumnus from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the titular character in Pan's Labyrinth. Pan was the god of fertility. The Roman Catholic Church was not a fan of embracing fertility because it made women look strong. The church said this depiction of Pan was evil. Some Christians might get a bit defensive of this, but here's the thing. The Bible never describes Satan. It implies that he's beautiful. He is described as masquerading as an angel of light, and he is called the son of the morning and a beautiful cherub. Now you might be thinking, wait, hold on. It says in the very first chapter in Genesis, he's a snake in the Garden of Eden, right? Nope. The Bible never says the snake is Satan. It's just a snake that can talk. The idea that the snake is Satan was created in John Milton's Paradise Lost. He created a lot of misconceptions people associate with Christianity. Also, the idea of Satan tricking people to steal souls is also never mentioned in the Bible. That's usually taken by Christopher Marlowe's play, Dr. Faustus, or Goethe's play, Faust. According to the Bible, hell is made up of 9 levels. This concept was first mentioned in Dante's Inferno and is never referred to in the Bible. An upside-down crucifix is a Satanist symbol. If a cross is a symbol of Jesus, surely an inverted cross is a symbol of Satan, right? No. The first pope, Saint Peter, was crucified upside down because he didn't feel worthy to be crucified the same way as Christ. And if you think that's blasphemous, the symbol is used by the Catholic Church to commemorate the first pope. You can see the symbol on the current pope's throne. Jews can only marry Jews. This only applies to highly conservative groups. 79% of Jews in the US intermarry. Jews believe in heaven and hell. Many Jews see heaven as an elevation of consciousness rather than a physical plane. Some Jews believe in Gehenna, where a soul is purified for up to a year before being accepted into heaven, which is similar to the concept of purgatory, which, as I said in my previous religion video, is not mentioned in the Bible. I also mentioned that in my France video, and some people got very mad about it. The Catholic interpretation of hell is not a part of the Jewish faith. However, many Jews focus on what they do in this life rather than what to expect in the world to come. Jews do not believe in a Messiah. Jews don't believe that Jesus Christ was the Messiah, but they believe one is coming and that he will be from the ancestral line of King David, the shepherd who killed Goliath. Buddhism is common in India. As I've already stated in my India video, less than 1% of Indians are Buddhists. By comparison, 3% of the population is Christian. Buddhism has not been a common religion in India for over a millennium. If you want to know more about that, check out my India video. I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Buddhists believe in reincarnation. Reincarnation is a dharma belief. When Buddhists talk about being reborn, they mean you can change for the better. It doesn't convey a literal change into another person or creature. Buddhists meditate by sitting in a yoga stance while chanting. That's not an accurate idea. They can find other ways to find peace like music, walking, or exercise. Nearly all South Koreans are Buddhists. 22% of South Koreans are Buddhist, 29% are Christians, and 46% are atheists. A married Dharmi woman has a red dot on her forehead. By the way, when I say Dharmi, I mean Hindu, but Hindu is an outdated term. I explained this in my other religious video, just in case you're wondering why I keep saying Dharmi. Everyone has seen a Hindu or Dharmi with a red dot on their forehead. This red dot, which is called a Bindi, represents losing ahankara, or ego, and has nothing to do with the wearer's marital status. Some women have black Bindi to signify that they have lost their partner. Sanatana Dharma, or Hinduism, has existed for millennia. Modern Sanatana Dharma only existed since the 1800s. Although ancient Hinduism has existed since 4000 BC, the two would have as much in common as Catholicism does with ancient Egyptian mythology. Mormons practice polygamy. Any Mormon who has multiple partners is excommunicated from the church. If enough people put their religion as Jedi on a consensus form, a country would have to recognize it as an actual religion. Funny, but untrue, sadly. Someday. And to finish up, let's look at ancient Greece. Zeus made Atlas carry the world on his shoulders. In Greek myth, Atlas carries the heavens upon his shoulders. The reason why a map is called an atlas is because King Atlas of Mauritania was an astronomer who, after he built his first globe, he named it after himself. Some argue that he was the first astronomer we have record of. Hell in ancient Greece was called Hades. Ancient Greeks believed that all dead souls went to Hades. The souls of the sinners went into an area far deeper than Hades called Tartarus. Ancient Greeks believed in all their mythology. Many Catholics and Christians debate which parts of the Bible are historical and which are metaphorical. The same applied to ancient Greeks with their mythology. Many myths were passed on orally rather than in writing, so the mythology was constantly changing. As a result, different people believed in different things over the years. There was no set myth that everyone universally believed. The Greek god of death, Hades, was evil. Okay, this is a couple of misconceptions in one. Thanatos was the Greek god of death. Thanatos was the Greek version of the angel of death and would choose when it was a person's time to die. However, he was not conveyed as evil, it was just a duty he had to commit. However, Hades is the wrong god. Hades is the Roman god. Pluto is the Greek god of the dead. So just to recap, Thanatos is the Greek god of death, Pluto is the Greek god of the dead, and Hades is the Roman god of the dead.
Everybody got that?
And Hades wasn't evil. All he did was guard dead souls. Although this makes him sound similar to Satan, he governed all souls, not just the evil ones. He didn't enjoy it, it was just his job. He was passive and stern, but not evil. In fact, he was far more reasonable than his two brothers, Poseidon and Zeus, who killed many people and gods. And finally, Zeus and Hera's son was the demigod Hercules. Like Hades and Pluto, this is another perfect example of mixing up Greek and Roman mythology. Zeus's demigod son is called Heracles. In Roman mythology, Jupiter's demigod son is called Hercules. In both versions, his mother is a mortal woman called Alcmene. Also, Jupiter's wife is called Juno, not Hera. If there's any other religious misconceptions I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments below. Special thanks to these fine people for all their help. Be sure to subscribe to Facts About Everything. Follow me on Twitter for updates on upcoming videos. Check out my Facebook page to let me know what subjects you want me to talk about in the future. Thanks for watching, see you again.